can still smell it. Mark Nash, Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga, my brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Ross, the boss, this is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list, over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Ross, the boss, Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Ross, the boss, Mike on sports. He call it how he see it, either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater, click the thumbs up. Cash app, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. Yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back.
Yeah. Hey, Slim. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Politics is a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I beat that boy at least 10 rounds to 2, 9 to 3, man. Man, took old boy to school, man. I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. I just wanted to come on here and show y'all some love, man. To the real supporters, you know what I'm saying? To the real fans, man, I appreciate it. Y'all seen what it was, man. They been trying to get the nigga out the way, I guess. I don't know. But it is what it is. Man. To the fans, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a true dog at the end of the day, though. I've been fucked my arm up like 2 weeks before the camp. We put the work in. Still fought. And to be honest with you, I outclassed them, outschooled them, outboxed them. One motherfucking arm, man. One arm I got hold torn tendon in my shit, man. This shit mean, man. To the fans, I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Y'all know what time it is, man. Stay tuned, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yo, what up, people? I got 2 audios going on for real. No, I don't know. I got 1 audio going on. Be nice. Maybe I got to refresh or something, man. Maybe I gotta refresh my stream or something. Hold on, let me refresh. Okay, it was 2 on the Gary clip. My bad. It wasn't echoing my. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, Gary said he won 10 rounds to 2, 9 rounds to 3. Oh man, welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. Yeah, man, that was Gary Russell. He was talking about the fight that he had with Mark Magsayo last night, which was I don't want to say disappointing, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like when I'm looking at the fight last night, Gary got injured, got his arm hurt at some point, at some round. I believe it was around like 5-ish. Kind of threw his shoulder out of socket, kind of like it was his right shoulder. So to me, I know Am was talking last night in the chat, and he thought it was the right hand, but to me it was the shoulder, and Gary definitely confirmed it after the fight last night that he suffered some kind of shoulder injury. Now, with that being said, that kind of put a little damper on the fight for me. It kind of put a little damper on the fight for me because at that point in time, Gary was not able to be his full self or do the things that we know Gary Russell to do. And Mark Magsayo, like I know they say he threw a lot more punches than what Gary Russell threw. But the punches that he was throwing, like Gary was doing a good job at ducking, slipping, moving around. And honestly, man, like when I'm looking at the fight, man, I gotta tip my hat to Gary. When you suffer a injury and it totally takes that whole right hand, right shoulder, right punch, like anything with your right hand is gone, and the guy can't really land a punch on you, and you're doing enough to where you're landing your left hand, but you're landing at different speeds, you're doing different things, you're catching coming in. Like you gotta take your hat off to what Gary Russell was able to do last night, man. Like I was impressed, and that showed a level of being a dog, a level of championship pedigree, a guy who was willing to go out on his shield. Nigga had an injury in the 5th round. And in the 5th round, he had an injury. And he was willing to go out on his shield because he knew that Mark Magsayo maybe at 100%, this guy's not on my level. At 100%, he's just simply not on my level. And I would love to have seen if the injury didn't reoccur. And Gary said some interesting things after that fight too. He said some interesting things about that particular injury and how long he's had it, and honestly, like where it came from. Like it just wasn't some injury that popped up during this camp. Gary said that this injury has been around for some time now. It's been around for some time now. It's not. I think he might have said that he's had this issue for the whole career. I don't know why he ain't bring it up before now, before this fight, but he said that he may have had it his whole career.
Please back up.
I won 10 rounds to 2, 9 rounds to 3. I outboxed him. Hurt my arm. I knew my arm was hurt coming into the fight. You know, I already stated that I had an injury coming in. I just didn't want to reveal what the injury was. Caught a slight head bunt early in the fight, but small things to a giant. I still believe that I outboxed him, outclassed him, outskilled him. At least, like I say, 9 rounds to 3, 10 rounds to 2, hands down.
Did you have to go to a play after the injury, like a plan B, plan C kind of thing?
It wasn't even a plan B, plan C type thing. It was more so that I knew that my skill set was just much more superior than his. You know, he couldn't hit me. I was able to land my shots at will whenever I wanted to punch. I was able to control the real estate when I wanted to. If he wanted to fire any shot, I'll slide in, smother him, take away any type of effective shot that he attempted to try to throw. My ring generalship and everything, my boxing IQ, it spoke for itself. I wonder what the fans got to say about this. I wonder what the.
I mean, when I watched the fight last night, at first off, I did think Mark Magsayo probably was going to be the victor, just based off sheer sheer volume. Because I remember it was like round 11, round and shit. I don't think Gary threw a punch. I think made through like one or two. Like he was like his volume had pretty much went all the way out in round 11. But he did show ring generalship last night. He did show the sweet signs of hitting and showing good defense and not getting hit. He did show that even with an injury, that he could formulate a new game plan. And honestly, man, like I can't say enough about that. Like some dudes get an injury in the ring and they fuck it. I ain't fucking with it. I'm done. I'm done. Some dudes get an injury in the ring and they simply just won't continue. I think we watched the fight. It was David Price, maybe. He got a shoulder injury in the ring and he quit. And a lot of dudes get that shoulder injury in the ring and they quit. So it's like, to me, when I'm watching it, I can really, really, really appreciate that dog in Gary. Cause that shit real, bro. You can't make that up. You can't make that up, man. Some dudes just born with it. Some dudes not. Gary born with that heart of a champion, willing to go that extra mile to try to get that victory. What's going on, Boxing Hall?
The fans got to say about what the judges is saying, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the fans would disagree.
Were you surprised at the decision when they announced it?
Of course, I was surprised at the decision. I'm a warrior at the end of the day. I knew I had an injury. I refused to postpone this fight after almost a 2-year layoff. I wanted to get back in there and display my skill set. I believe that I did so with one arm, with a tough opponent. And, like I say, 10 rounds of 2, 9 rounds of 3, hands down.
Yesterday, we talked about you never being 100%.
Do y'all agree with that? 9 rounds of 2, 10 rounds of 3? Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree that Gary won 9 rounds of 2? 9 rounds of 3, 10 rounds of 2? Oh man, nah, that's a wide scorecard right there, Gary. That's a wide scorecard. You saying you beat this man with one arm, 9 rounds of 2, 9 rounds of 3, 10 rounds of 2? Oh man, I really got to go back and watch that fight there. I gotta see what shots Mark Magsayo really landed on Gary Russell. I got to go back and because if Gary's saying this, man, then either he delusional, either he delusional, or he did some shit that my eyes maybe didn't see at first glance.
When you step into the ring. But do you regret now coming to the fight that injured, that compromised?
No, I don't regret it because I got an opportunity to show the fans what I can really truly do. I'm a real champion at the end of the day. I don't regret it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fans that's gonna be disappointed at the decision. In the way that the judges has called this thing. But it's also gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be like, hey, Gary is definitely the truth. I truly believe I won the fight. Like I say, 9 rounds of 3, 10 rounds of 2. He couldn't touch me. The little scars that I possibly got on here, this was the head bunt. He landed maybe 2 solid clean shots for real in the entire fight that I can honestly think of. I outboxed him, I outpointed him, I outclassed him the whole way through.
Even when you
I am one of those people. Gary Russell truth. That nigga Gary Russell the truth. I don't know too many dudes that can do that how he did it. So I am one of those dudes. If you don't respect Gary Russell after last night, I can't show you no love. You know what I'm saying? If you don't respect Gary Russell after last night, I can't show you no love, man. Because it's like how many times have we seen somebody injured and they simply say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You just said, man, you can see it 7'5" his way. Did you just say that? You said you can see it. He said at best 7'5", but I think he lost, nigga. So you ain't sure. You think he lost. You ain't sure he lost. You think he lost. You ain't saying, man, you know what? I'm positive that nigga Gary Russell lost. I'm positive he lost. I think he lost, man. But it could have been 75 his weight. It ain't about a moral victory, man. It ain't about it's nothing morality. There's no morality in this right here. I'm simply saying, how many dudes that have we seen that done laid down after injury in the ring? Say, you know what, man, I ain't willing to really go the extra mile and try to win my title. Man, he was slipping and sliding, man. He was doing his thing last night. Respect it or don't respect it, nigga. It's the truth.
When you face him again, what will you be able to do healthy?
Oh, healthy. I'm gonna beat that ass even worse than what I did tonight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Man, we definitely trying to see if we can get a rematch. Of course, I go and get this thing figured out. It was an injury that been haunting me for a long time. Before the 2008 Olympics, I had a torn tendon in it, and they wanted me to go and do surgery. I refused to go and get surgery and go under the knife. They told me that I was able to strengthen the muscles around it to actually protect it. That's what I was able to do throughout the duration of my career. And I heard it 2 weeks into, 2 weeks out from today. You know, if you actually pay attention to some of my interviews, you can actually probably see me wearing a sling in some of my interviews. Just a little white thing across my shoulder. I was real careful about you actually being able to see my arm in the sling, but you can see the little white thing across my shoulder in some of my interviews that I've
If you can't
done.
get the rematch, what's next? Like, where do you go? Do you stay at 26? Do you go up?
Man, I go up. I go up. I can fluctuate. Like I said, I was always willing to move up and fluctuate my weight. You know, as long as we was able to compete against a champion. You know,
Wrap it up.
some of the best. They had adversity. What's life without adversity?
If
What's
you
your
could get
opinion on
anybody,
last question, guys?
if you can get anybody in the ring moving up, who would it be?
Same people I've been wanting: Javante Tank Davis or a rematch with Vasily Lomachenko.
All right, man. There you go, man. Gary Russell, let you know who he want, how he want it, and a long title reign has come to an end. A long title reign has come to an end, and too many times we do this in the sport of boxing, right? Like we continuously look at the bad that happened. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Gary made, he's saying he got robbed. He's saying this. He's saying, I beat the boy 10-2. I did this. I did this. I did this. I did that. I beat him 9-3. And honestly, it's like we don't take the time out and really do what needs to be done. And honestly, I ain't did it yet either, so I can't even talk about it. Salute to Mark Magsayo. Salute to Mark Magsayo. He can't control a man getting injured or having an injury. Only thing he can control is what he does inside that ring. And early on, I think he was very, very disciplined at keeping the distance, at keeping his range, and making Gary try to come meet him, making Gary try to come get on the inside, and he was doing a good job at popping that jab out there. He was doing a good job at just keeping the fight at his distance. Now, it did get to a point where Gary got a beat on what he was doing, and Gary tried to like change the tide in the middle of the early rounds. Then Mark started to pressure, and he started to fall into being that pressure fighter coming forward and really just putting the pressure on Gary. And then we had the injury. And when Mark seen him injured, he hopped on and try to get him out of here. But again, salute to Gary, salute to the defense of Gary Russell. He was able to slip, slide, duck under, move around, and really stay out of the way of a lot of those big shots from Mark Magsayo. And another thing that I've seen, like this dude, like he is definitely from that Manny Pacquiao. He is definitely from that Manny Pacquiao school of training or of fighting. He was bouncing in, bouncing out, bouncing in, bouncing out, bouncing in, bouncing out, bouncing in, bouncing out. And Gary made the statement like, they've been trying to get me out of here for a while now. Matter of fact, let me just run that video. Let me know if there's another echo with it, man. I don't know if it's going to be another echo with it or not. If it is, let me know, y'all, and I'll try to fix it.
Yeah. Hey, Slim. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Politics is a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I beat that boy at least 10 rounds to 2, 9 to 3, man. Man, took old boy to school, man. I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. I just wanted to come on here and show y'all some love, man. To the real supporters, you know what I'm saying? To the real fans, man, I appreciate it. Y'all seen what it was, man. They been trying to get a nigga out the way, I guess. I don't know. But it is what it is, man. To the fans, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a true dog at the end of the day, though. I been fucked my arm up like 2 weeks before the camp. You know what I'm saying? We put the work in. Still fought, and to be honest with you, I outclassed them, outschooled them, outboxed them with one motherfucking arm, man. One arm, I got a whole torn tendon in my shit, man. This shit mean, man. To the fans, I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Y'all know what time it is, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all, man.
So he's saying they been trying to get me out the way, and maybe it was just the perfect storm. You had a fighter from MP Promotions, like you seen Sean Gibbons in the ring behind Mark Magsayo last night. So you knew once you seen Sean Gibbons, you knew Manny Pacquiao MP Promotions. You know what I'm saying? Where it was involved with Mark Magsayo. And Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? He came out last night, and I had this to say about Mark Magsayo's victory over Gary Russell. Manny Pacquiao comes out on Twitter and says, "Congratulations, Magsayo, on your first world championship. Thank you for bringing honor to our country, by becoming the latest Filipino world champion. Welcome to the club." So Manny Pacquiao showed love to Mark Magsayo last night. Big time victory by Mark. A little controversy, you know what I'm saying? Some people had one judge had it a draw, but it was a majority decision. And shit, I mean, I don't know where Gary Russell goes from here. I know one thing, he needs to probably have surgery on that shoulder and not rely on trying to strengthen the muscles around it. I would if I was him, I would advise him to seek out a good surgeon, seek out a great surgeon who is good at repairing tendons, especially ones in the shoulder, and just see if you can find that and and go from there. I really don't want to see or hear about this. You know what I'm saying? If you know you got it, if you know that it was a detriment in your last fight, you ain't getting you ain't the young fighter that you once was that you probably could overcompensate for. You need to get that shit fixed now. You need to get that shit fixed now and not look back. And not look back, man. You need to go ahead and get it checked out, get it fixed, get it taken care of, and then get back to where we know Gary Russell can be one of the best fighters in the sport of boxing. 126, man. You dominated for damn near 6 years. You know what I'm saying? You had guys out there openly avoiding you. From Carl Frampton, you know what I'm saying, to Leo Santa Cruz, like them dudes, when they was asked about Gary Russell Jr., they really weren't too keen on fighting, and that just goes back to what the dude told Marvin Hagler, man. You got two things going against you. You're black, you're left-handed, you got three things going against you. You fucking black, you're left-handed, and you're fucking good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get the fights you want. You ain't gonna get the fights you want unless you just popular, unless you got a name, unless you can draw the fans, unless you can galvanize a crowd. And I don't think Gary Russell has been able to honestly. I don't think he's been able to do that. I mean, maybe that's kind of harsh, but I mean, when you think about it, if you was a big time draw, I mean, you would think that a guy like Gary Russell wouldn't be on a 23-month layoff, nearly out of the ring for 2 years. Like, you ain't got to fight in almost 2 years. Like, I know that sometimes it's the business of boxing, but damn, ain't no way in hell, man. There's no way in hell that somebody can stay at the top of their craft not doing it for almost 2 years. That just don't make no sense. How can you expect me to be the best that I need to be if I ain't fought in 2 years? If I ain't fought in 2 years, man, I'm rusty. I'm rusty to the motherfucker. I'm rusty as shit. If I ain't fought in 2 years, then how am I supposed to goddamn me go out there and really do what needs to be done? 2 years. That's a long time, man. That's a long time for somebody not to be in the ring. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. And honestly, when he says that they've been trying to get me up out of here, man, like they putting you against a young, hungry, mandatory challenger or whatever Mark Magsayo was, and they're not giving you no fights in between, man. Like damn. Like, especially off of injury, bro. Like, shit. That's just what it is, man. Like, you can't not do something and expect to be at the top of your game by not doing it. That's just not gonna work. I ain't never seen it work. I probably never will see it work. You know what I'm saying? But man, salute to Mark Magsayo, man. salute to Mark Magsayo and big ups on his victory. Let's get to some else right quick though, man. It was another fight on that card that I really enjoyed. My guy Sabril Matias, he fought last night, and he was able to get his revenge, man. Now there was some controversy in the fight. He did get docked some points for low blows. I mean, referee docked him points for some low shots. But Sabril Matias just goes out there and does what Sabril Matias does, man. Like, this dude right here is a absolute machine. And honestly, bro, I don't know if there's gonna be anybody that's gonna be able to fuck with this dude. He's gonna make a lot of motherfuckers. He gonna make a lot of dudes respect him, cause he's gonna be a tough out for anybody in this sport. His sheer volume, the way he throws his punches, the way he's so dialed in. Like, his offense is his defense. Like if you think you're gonna beat Sabril in a war, then you got another thing coming, man. You got another thing coming, bro. This dude Sabril is a assassin, a fucking assassin, bro. He went out there last night, man, and to me he proved that his next fight should probably be for a world title. His next fight should probably be for a world title, man. Josh Taylor, what's up? IBF was good. Make this man a mandatory. Make this man a mandatory, because he don't play. I would love to see a Sabril Matias and Josh Taylor fight. Puerto Rico, stand up. You got one. You got one, man. Puerto Rico, man, you got one, bro. This dude Sabril is no joke, man. And when he get his world title shot, bro, he gonna go for it. He gonna go for it, bro. He kind of threw me off last night because I didn't know if he's gonna have his same superhero strength last night, because he didn't have his blonde in. I'm like, damn, he ain't got his blonde in, man. He look different. Oh man, he might not be that same dude. Man, this nigga Sabril Matias. God damn, these niggas rock him, sock him, fuck him, knock him out, knock him down. Knock him down, clown. Knock him down, clown. Like, this nigga is ridiculous, man. He's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Like, and this nigga Petros had beat him the first time, not the second time, though. About a dude, those combinations at different speeds, and sometimes, man, oh my God, the knockout, bro. The way he dropped him, and the doctors came over there and said, man, how many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers I got holding out, bro? He can't see my fingers, dog. He can't follow my finger. He can't see. That's what she said. And they called the fight off, man. But that knockdown was something vicious. That knockdown was something vicious. But big ups, Lance Mayer. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. But yeah, man, that knockdown was something super vicious, super nasty, super the timing of it was great, man. And it came at a point where Sabril needed it to me, because I was hoping that he was gonna get a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Just to prove to this guy that, hey man, you weren't on my level. And I felt that he wasn't on Sabril's level. I did feel it. Armaki was good. And Sabril just went out there last night and proved me right. And absolutely proven right. So big ups to Sabril Matias. Overall, the Showtime card, it was decent. It was decent. King Tug got a draw. Sabril Matias, to me, stole the night. He was the best fighter of the night. He may need to start being his own. He may need to start headlining. You may need to start putting Sabril on like pay-per-views, chief support. You know what I'm saying? Sabril Matias needs to be on like his next fight needs to be on pay-per-view as the co-main event. You know what I'm saying? I need him on the pay-per-view as a co-main event, because he deserves some big time exposure. He deserves some big time exposure. He deserves for people to see just the incredible man output that he puts out every time, man. Like, if you've been following Sabril, like my first time watching him was let me look at Sabril Matias right quick. Let me look at his box rec. Trying to think what my first time watching Sabril was. Let me see. And he beat up Brady's Prescott. He beat up Davis Prescott and Brady's Prescott. Maybe Brady's Prescott, maybe. Nah, it wasn't Brady's Prescott, because that was in Puerto Rico. When was his first fight in America? I probably first time I watched him was Maxim Dadashev. Yeah, it probably was Maxim Dadashev. Yeah, Maxim Dadashev was the first time I watched him. Yeah, man. Mike from Riders, though, Jimmy and Gary, this shit niggas stop. They look like a man, bunch of short losers. I hear you, man. I hear you, Rubisky, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes these dudes don't feel like they lost. Like, you can't make a dude feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You can't make somebody feel how you feel. You can't. You can't. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right, man. Let me get to the second part of the show, man. Big ups to the Showtime card last night, man. Let's get to some shit that we need to talk about, man. So I previewed this yesterday on the show, but I needed to go ahead and get this off my chest, man. So it comes to a point in time where we all got to realize that maybe we shouldn't be so hard on people. Maybe we need to start listening to what people are saying when they say it a long time ago. And this is Errol Spence Jr. talking about something that needs to be listened to.
Spence, what's up, Ken?
Hey, what's going on?
How you feel, okay?
Y'all scared me.
So let's talk about, did you watch the Terrence Crawford fight?
Yeah.
What's your impression of it?
Good fight. Terrence did what he supposed to do.
Okay.
I liked it.
Now, let's talk about the article. You're making headway now.
I didn't read the article.
Well, you said it. So you basically said that Bob Arum is not promoting him well.
He's not promoting well, because even like throughout the whole promotion of the fight, and y'all keep 100.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
Yeah, this is Errol Spence Jr. saying that Bob Arum is not promoting Terrence Crawford well. Now, if you remember, Terrence Crawford filed a lawsuit against Bob Arum for this exact thing, breach of contract and misrepresentation. And lack of promotion. So this is Errol Spence Jr. talking about this years ago.
They're not saying Lomachenko name every time they say Terrence Crawford. Even after the fight, they kept saying Lomachenko, comparing Terrence Crawford to Lomachenko, even after the fight. Like, why are you even mentioning his name when you got Terrence Crawford fighting on pay-per-view? Why are you mentioning him? You should be trying to promote Terrence Crawford. But they kept saying his name throughout the whole promotion. And I wasn't even paying attention to the fight or promotion, none of that, until the week of. And then I, watched videos, things like that, and they just kept saying his name. Like big him up. Stop talking big up Lomachenko.
Do you think it's intentional? Do you think that's an intentional plan based off of what Bob Arum said after the fight?
I mean, I don't know if it's intentional. I mean, it could be intentional, but it could be subconscious. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just how they are. I think Lomachenko, that guy, I think they was forced to really promote Terrence Crawford because he kept winning.
Do you think Bud is comfortable over there just basically being Bud? Or do you think he wants
Terrence Crawford a fighter, man. I respect Terrence Crawford. I got his number, he got my number. Like, I respect him. I like him a lot. I feel like he's a real fighter. He's a good guy and things like that. But it's the business side too.
No.
I think he kind of capped his ceiling. Signing a deal.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. Do you think he's just comfortable saying, "I'm just going to fight out this contract"?
I think he's comfortable, but I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I mean, it's his thing with it. That's what he like to do. That's what he's gonna do. I mean, everybody's different.
Errol, do you feel like the fight will eventually happen?
It's gonna happen.
So that's Errol Spence Jr. talking about Terrence Crawford, and everything that he said, man, I absolutely agree with. And maybe some of the Terrence Crawford supporters were wrong. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe Errol Spence Jr. is not the reason that this fight hasn't come to fruition. When you look at it, man, and you think about it, man, maybe the reason is Bob Arum. Maybe the reason is Bob Arum, even though Errol did say that he wanted to handle everything on his side of the street, which he's doing, which he's pretty much doing. You know what I'm saying? I think this part of the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence story will never truly know what really, went down until probably years from now. It's crazy to think what happened to prevent this fight. But yeah, man, everything Errol Spence said, I totally agree with, man. Bob Arum hasn't been doing a good job at promoting Terrence Crawford, and it was never anything that Terrence Crawford did wrong, in my opinion. Now we're gonna see how this plays out. We're gonna see how this shit plays out. But long story short, I agree with Errol Spence Jr. And let's see what Terrence Crawford goes from here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get on down, man. Go ahead and call it a day. Get some dinner going, and yeah, man. Until next time, man. Y'all know what it is. I'm out this bitch. Peace out.